Hey, it's just so Trish. Let me fix the lighting. Slightly better, hopefully not as grainy. Alright, so it's the last week of homeschool, December burnout week. Or the last week of the month. I don't know, something like that. Alright, so here is my rabbit hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Some of you have been conversing with me on Facebook about this, and so this is, you know, the summary. Sorry. We're doing our best. Okay. Mama's still burnt out, and I think I'm just like having a huge burnout on everything. I'm fine, y'all. Don't call, you know, po-po. I'm good. But I am just burnout. I'm burnout on everything. No, I mean, it's not really. I just need, I need sleep. I need lots of sleep. And so I'm at the point I can't manage more. And my daughter, my oldest, you know, and if y'all going through a 10, 11-year-old knows, she's just kind of phasing out. And it's like trying to keep her engaged in her schoolwork is hard. And I'm just like going through it, and I'm like, I tell them to do their schoolwork, to eat. I'm just constantly tell. And I'm kind of like, I mean, I know this isn't true. And I know if I could be a better parent, it would be so much better. But it's kind of like, after 15 things I ask of them, anything else doesn't matter. It's just... And I'm like, man, it'd be so awesome if they were just accountable to somebody else. If I can just hand that accountability to somebody else and give it to them. So that's kind of like where my brain was going. And the fact I'm like, I just want to be mom right now. I don't want to deal with things. So I'm like, you know, rabbit trail. I didn't go there. But I'm like, I almost would love to put them in school. And then I'll look at the culture of school and I'm like, but I'm not going to put them there. So then I'm like, ooh, a private school would be really good. I want to put them in a private school. The cheapest school, I mean, I'm talking self-paced, cheapest school, $5,000. Mama doesn't have that. Then I got talking to some friends that do Florida virtual, and I'm kind of like, you know, but you don't have control of the curriculum, and you can't, and they're stuck. I'm like, but at the same time, how nice that they can call somebody else for help. There's all these different interactions, and I'm really looking into it. I mean, I'm almost sold, because if you want, like in Florida, if you want to do Florida virtual, you can actually enlist them second semester, which is the end of January, like 22nd of January, if that's something you want to do. Look it up, because you can actually put them in. And I mean, I'm liking the way that they interact and the way the computer system runs in, and the fact that they're going to talk to another adult who's, you know, for their education process. It looks really good. And I'm like, the history and the science and I'm just kind of like, you know, it's okay. It's alright, but I can work with that. And then, you know what's my final one? The math. I just think Common Core math is ridiculous. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. And I'm at the point I'm like, you know what? Maybe a computer-based school would be good. Let them go there. There's games and videos. Because right now they're just, everything they do is they read. You know, they're essentially just reading. And some of it they're checking out, and some of it they're just kind of like, huh. And I definitely think the interaction, but for me to be like, oh, what do you need to look? Let's go find that on the computer here, is a lot of work. I'm just saying. So I started looking at, what about Alpha Omega Publications has Monarch, and they have SOS, which is on Schoolhouse. Those could be a viable option. I don't think Abeka would be, because I don't really like the format of Abeka. It's a lot of everywhere. So I was looking at that. I mean, I was looking at a lot of different stuff. So I was looking at those bases. And I'm going to tell you, I think SOS is a good standby. And there's people that do really well and enjoy it. But I think my curriculum's better. With that said, it isn't better if you're not getting it done. You know, if you're having a hard time following through, It does, any curriculum's better than what you're doing if you can't get your science done. You know, pick a science curriculum, even the minimum. So, I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at that. And I'm looking at the different stuff available online. And I have to say, I just have to laugh. So in the midst of going through all this, I'm like, what do I really need? What do I need for my kids? And I think I kind of need something. Is it that they really need accountability for me? You know, like one is, I can only do so much to micromanage them to get their stuff done. But is that really my problem? Hi. I know. Hold on, let me mommy finish. Is that really my problem? Or is the fact that I need to work more because my curriculum's not engaging them the way they should be? You know, so it's kind of like, so my rabbit trail kind of went like this. You know, is it me not being able to manage and I need to get more managers? Or could I meet in the middle a little bit with, if I have something more engaging, will they, you know, bringing us together? So here's my kids, here's me. Do I need more managers to draw them in, you know, to get to them? And the reality is I'm going to try and meet them in the middle and use something that's kind of, that's, I'm going to embrace technology, because up until this time I'm like, no thank you, we'll stick to paper and pencil. I can see what's going on. And if, I don't know, I got paper and pencil, you got it. If it's paper, you have it. And so I looked into Easy Peasy. I looked into the Easy Peasy curriculum because I've looked at it before, and a lot has changed in, I think, 4 years. Yeah, it had been 4 years. A lot has changed in 4 years. Not necessarily the curriculum, but a lot of the stuff they have set up. One of the things I had a hard time doing before was I had tried it for a month, and they were much younger. Bubba wasn't reading yet, so you're still, you know, not reading yet. Katie would get up at 5 in the morning and just go through it and get done. I'm talking at like 6 years old. She was like, I'll just get up in the morning and do this. She's that logical kind of person, not her mother. Her mother's like, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like her brother. Bubba and I are like, she is so much like her dad, it's not funny. Anyways, I diverge. So I tried it for a month. I had a hard time really keeping track of what they did. I had no idea without going on the computer. And then, like, there's this genius idea. Somebody went through and did a PDF of the entire 180 days, and you can just print it. And I don't know, pretty genius, I think. So, looking at that, we're going to try a month of Easy Peasy. Try a month and see if this is going to meet our needs for the month of January. So Katie's kind of my focus at 11 years old because she's really getting kind of bored. So I'm keeping her in Saxon math. And I'm keeping her in the Christian Light language arts. And I'm keeping her in Christian Light Bible. They all love the Christian Light Bible, off the charts, love the Bible. But some of the things I'm changing is Saxon, she is actually only going to do half a lesson and not a whole. So either she'll read the lesson and do the practice problems, or she'll do the problem set. So she does one or the other, kind of divide it up. But I'm having her do the Easy Peasy math. So even though she's literature-wise, she's really high up there, the way that Easy Peasy's set up, I found it's probably better to put her in level 4. And I mean, if we end up sticking with it, I'm going to be honest, if we stick with it and we hit our 180 days, I might not have her continue level 4 180 days to the 180 day. Because I'm starting at day 1. And the reason I'm starting at day 1 is there's just a lot of general housekeeping information that's in there. You know, so I'd rather start off from the beginning and learn how to do the process. And there's still good stuff in there. There's a lot of good stuff in there. And she was really into the games. She was doing the math games. And that's like what she needs. And at the same time, the literature reading was right at her pace, where it wasn't a struggle. It was just learning the format of doing it. So I kind of like that part. And because she's already getting math, I'm going to cut her math in half. But I don't want to get rid of Saxon. I still think Saxon's awesome. So one of the things I decided to do too, management, is I can't get to checking the kids' science and history. I'm such a bad mom. Whatever. It's life. It's management. I can't manage it all right now. So, I am having the, I am taking them all off the science and history. If they choose to continue it, that's their business. I'm not making them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use year 1 of Easy Peasy, so that, and even though it has the Bible, they're going to do their own Bible, and then they'll sit and do a Bible together. And then this way they're working together. And I'm going to actually make them work it together on here. And we're going to do that for a month and see how that works. I'm just doing it for a month. So I did sit Katie down, and one of the things I realized, I'm like, to do this, you know, you have to have technology. So thankfully I got the new computer. I'm clearing everything off my old computer and just like making it just so it works Windows. And that's the really cool part is Easy Peasy is all web-based, so I don't have to worry about my computer thinking too hard. So I can use my old computer. I've been clearing everything out and setting it up. So I will do another video coming up soon about how I'm setting up our technology in order to accommodate everybody. The other thing I did, even though I keep kindergarten very minimal, I need to be doing something because they're just, I don't know. I don't know. So I did do a subscription to ABC Mouse. I've been dragging my feet on it. Now I feel a little bit like dumb because you know all those like good like packs, you know, like that 1 + 1 + 1 = 1 and Confessions of a Homeschooler Build. It's like it's an electronic version of some of those packs, which is really cool. And there's so much stuff in there to do. Like we're just learning. And the cool part is it goes from 2 years old to 7. My 7 I think is way beyond that. And so I paid for the year, so it comes to less than $6 a month. I buy stupid stuff for $6 a month. I can afford that. So I have them on there. I have one on the iPad, one on the old computer. I've got to figure all that out, which I'll share with you later. But if you have tried Easy Peasy, if you're doing Easy Peasy, talk to me. I mean, there's so much information you can read about who's set up. It's set up by another homeschool mom. And, like, she's not even in the States. She's a U.S. citizen, but they're missionaries all over the world, and they're everywhere. So this is her way. The other part I like about it is it's very minimal stuff. I mean, like, and they're project oriented. And that was another thing I liked too, was like, we're just in a book. And then if I want to add to it, I have to do the work to supplement. We'll just do that. So we're trying that, and we're doing the ABC Mouse just to kind of see how that goes. I'm sorry this is a day late. But I will be setting up some stuff, and I will be back to next week. Homeschool Monday! I mean, even though I did stay on homeschool topics, but like of the week and what we're doing. But in order to get everybody set up, I'm like taking one kid at a time. Like, here's what you do. Here's what you do. And that's it. That's it, because Mama's burnt out. Not really. Overmanagement. Lack of sleep. So this is kind of more my survival mode. And the other part is, are you coming into your next half of the school year? I know it's not necessarily a half, but it's like, are you coming into the new year in your school? Are you changing it up a bit? Tell me about it, because I mean, I'm changing mine up again, but that's always typical. I should know better. I should only buy half a year at a time. Just saying. It would be so much more financially better. And who knows, I'll probably turn around and flip right back into what we were doing. But tell me how you're changing it up. That's my rabbit hole. I really want to send them elsewhere, but this is free and it's cheap. I'll put the link down here on when I get to it on how to find that. But if you write allinoneHomeschool.com, bam, you're there. But let me know Is it just me? And it was funny because I was like, is it just me? I just hit me with what you got. I put on Facebook and they're like, I thought it was just me. I'm like, no, it's not. It's so normal. Anyways,